What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood web war fanatic, and I just watched this podcast episode of the Shadow the Cast, the newest one that came out with Nelson all over cards and villain theory. So huge shouts to them. And I got to the end here where they were talking about, well, the main topic is how to know when a deck is good, which is a really good listen. So I highly recommend it. But at the end, they talked a little bit about a potential core set two for Marvel Champions. And this would just be a quick video here because I had a lot of thoughts here actually, and I want to hear what you guys think as well. So I am still on the train of I don't want a new core set for Marvel Champions. I just think that the old core set is just perfect the way that it is, and I really want it to stay evergreen. And I know that if we get a new core set, like a core set 2, the original will probably eventually go out of print. So that's gonna be sad. But this episode of Shadow the Cast really got me hyped on a potential new core set. So I'm gonna go over what I think should be in the new core set. So we're gonna go over 5 heroes and 3 villains, just like the old core set, but what's gonna be in the new one, or just what I want to be in the new one, if there is a new one. And yeah, you guys know I don't want there to be a new one. I still want the old one to stay evergreen. But if there has to be a new one, I mean, I will be excited for it. And these would be the 5 heroes I want. So I thought about this for a while, and I always know that I will want a new Peter Parker Spider-Man to kind of represent the Web Warriors. So for sure, we need to have a Web Warrior Spider-Man in the box. I think that that would make it sell well as well. So that's going to be our first hero. And then for to represent Avengers, because Spider-Man is going to represent Web Warriors there. So I think that Captain America, I think that he is, the Avenger. So I think that he would be an awesome hero to go evergreen, to just have be always available, for the game. Obviously, I think that Doctor Strange is also a good substitute. But I think that in the game Marvel Champions, like a Marvel game, we want Captain America to be accessible for everyone all the time. So I would prefer Captain America to be revisited in the box. I think that that would be really hype as well because a lot of people want to play Captain America, and he's currently out of print and very hard to get. So yeah, Spider-Man for Web Warriors, Captain America for the Avengers. And then I've always thought Wolverine is super duper cool and that he'll represent the X-Men very well. Personally, if you guys, follow me on the channel, you guys know that I actually like Cyclops a lot more than Wolverine, and I prefer Cyclops as a hero, but I think that in the core set, I think Wolverine would be a lot more appealing, and I think that he kind of like is more, popular and famous. So I think that Wolverine would kind of be the representation of the X-Men. But after watching this Shadowcast episode, they brought up a really good point. And I think Nelson mentioned Beast, a Beast hero, because we still don't have a Beast hero in the game Marvel Champions. So I'm going to switch over and steal that answer. I think that Beast would be awesome. So right now I'm thinking Spider-Man Peter Parker for Web Warriors, Captain America for Avengers. We got Beast for the X-Men, and he's a genius as well. So maybe we get some genius cards in that core box, which would be really cool, and work with Peter Parker because he's a genius as well. That would be awesome. And then we also want some diversity in there, so we want some girls in the box as well. And I didn't really know who would be like a good female character to have in the core set, but huge shout outs to Nelson Villain Theory here. I think it was Nelson again who mentioned Mantis. That would be really cool. We don't have a Mantis. I know a lot of people wanted Mantis, and for her to represent the Guardians, guys, that would be awesome. And Nelson mentioned having her be like a healer character. That would be super duper cool to have her like be in like maybe like protection or something, and like have a lot of like healing cards, healing aspect cards, but also like healing cards in her kit. That would be really cool. So I think Mantis for Guardians. We're gonna go back. We have Beast for the X-Men. We have Captain America for the Avengers, and we have Spider-Man for Web Wars. And we need one more like female character to represent like a different group. And I was thinking, I think Nelson also said this. Jessica Jones, I think would be good to represent the Defenders, and she's pretty cool as well. But another thought that I had was actually Invisible Girl to represent the Fantastic Four, and she might be actually a cool final slot there instead of Jessica Jones. So I'm thinking either Jessica Jones or Invisible Girl for like that final slot. Guys, that would be a banger core set, right? And we got Spider-Man for Web Warriors, Captain America for Avengers, we got Beast for the X-Men, and then we got Mantis as a healer for the Guardians, and then we got either Jessica Jones for Defenders or Invisible Girl to like tease Fantastic Four. I think that that would be really cool because then like we would know that we're getting Fantastic Four soon and that we have one of the Fantastic Four in the box. I think that if you don't want to split it up, I think that Jessica Jones is a good substitute. But if you're okay with like a teaser there, you know, one member of the Fantastic Four in the box, I think Invisible Girl would also be a cool one there. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's kind of my ideal hero lineup. I think if I had to pick between Invisible Girl and Jessica Jones in a box, I think I would go. I think I'll go Jessica Jones. I think just keep Invisible Girl and the Fantastic Four like you know in one like deluxe box so you can get all of them at once. I think I would go that way. Yeah. So my final like vote, I would want Spider-Man, Captain America, Beast, Jessica Jones, and Mantis as the five new heroes coming in the core set. And obviously Spider-Man and Captain America would be revisited because they're already in the game. So we'll have like new versions of them, like a Web War type of Spider-Man with like more authority because he's a genius. And then we would have a Captain America. I don't know what the Captain America would be. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be like Captain America in the past, like World War II. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that that would be a cool version of Captain America too. So yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. For the villains, I care a little bit less about the villains, but Villain Theory mentioned that Dormammu is on the box here of the core set, and we still don't have him as a villain in Marvel Champions. So he would be like a cool final villain, like the third villain to replace Ultron in the core set. I was thinking they didn't mention this, but I was really thinking Kingpin. Like I was shouting at my screen. I was like, Kingpin, Kingpin. But they didn't mention him. So I don't know if you guys think that Kingpin would be a good villain in the box. I think that he would be like a cool like number two villain to replace like Claw. But then it's tough to like think of like a number one villain to replace Rhino because like who's like kind of like a brute but like not super strong. I think that Nelson mentioned Abomination. I think he would be cool too as a brute, but I feel like he's kind of like a bigger threat than Rhino. Like I feel like Rhino is more like, you know, chill. I was thinking like the Hobgoblin, who's like not as popular and well known as the Green Goblin. That would be like a cool, you know, spider villain there to have as the first villain, like kind of like easy to take down, but also like kind of difficult, like more difficult than Rhino probably. But he could like show off some different mechanics, and I think that he would be like a very cool and iconic like starter villain for a lot of people. Yeah, I think that would be very like iconic as like that first villain in the box. And then for the second villain, I mean, we could bring in Kingpin. He's also like a Spider-Man villain, so like I don't know if that's too much Spider-Man overlap. Yeah, they also mentioned Doc Ock, who like I would love to see, but personally, I think I would want him more for like a spider box, like a complete spider thing for like you know all the Web Warrior stuff. But I think that I mean I definitely would not be mad at getting a Doc Ock. I probably like want to face Doc Ock more than like Kingpin and Hobgoblin for sure. But like I just feel like for the core box, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know why I'm kind of like veering away from Doc Ock like to be in the core. But I mean, yeah, if he was in there, I definitely would not be complaining. And then for the third and final villain, I think maybe Dormammu. We need like some sort of like, you know, big threat. So like, I mean, I think it's very unlikely. But like, if Invisible Girl is one of the heroes, it could be like a Doctor Doom or a Galactus. And the other one would be like the final villain in like a Fantastic Four box. Because a lot of people were saying that they'll want Galactus to be like a scenario pack and not actually be in the Fantastic Four box. And I think that, I mean, you can just have him as the third villain in the core set and have him be like really, really tough. That'd be really cool. I think the number one villain that I will want, I mean, he's not really the number one villain I want. I probably want Dr. Ock as the number one villain, even though I don't really want him in the core box. But like a villain that I really want, like for the Game Over Champions, is a revisited Thanos. And I want him to be like so freaking difficult, like more difficult than Ronan the Accuser. Like just like ramp up the difficulty and just make him like the most worst villain ever. I think that would be really cool and thematic. Maybe it could be a Thanos like without the Infinity Gauntlet, but that doesn't really make sense because like why is he stronger than the Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Thanos would be super duper cool. I will want to revisit one, but probably not in the core set, right? Because I feel like if he's that difficult, it wouldn't really make sense there to have, you know, in that core box for like new players to buy and jump into the game. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. I think if I had to lock in, I'm just kind of spitballing here, guys. If I had to lock in the three villains, I'll probably go. I'll probably go Hobgoblin 1 to replace Rhino. And then for 2, I like I feel like Kingpin is like often known to be a Daredevil villain now, right? Because of the Daredevil show. So I feel like, he is Spider villain, but like it's also like, a street level villain is also like with Daredevil. So me, Kingpin, I'm gonna jump back here to Kingpin. So I'm gonna go Kingpin as the number two villain, and for the third villain, I think I want to say If I say Galactus, I'm changing Jessica Jones back to Invisible Woman. But then like Jessica Jones is nice there for Kingpin. It's tough. Do we take Mantis out? I don't know, guys. Um, Maybe just Dormammu then. I don't know, guys. All right. Well, you know what? Okay, I need to lock in something. I need to lock in something. Let's say Dormammu. Okay. So for the villains, I'm gonna go for like what I want. I'm gonna go Hobgoblin, Kingpin, and then Dormammu. Those would be like my like three villains I want in the core box. And then for the five heroes, to reiterate, because I've been changing my mind back and forth for the Invisible Girl, but I think I'll go Spider-Man for Web Warriors, Captain America for Avengers. We got Beast for the X-Men. We got Mantis for Guardians, and we got Jessica Jones for the Defenders. All right, guys, that is I think that's a banger core box. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about that one? I mean, I feel like that's pretty good, right? Like I feel like it's got your like iconic heroes, you got like your less well-known ones so that like people will have them, and then like you have like a good split of like, male characters and female characters, and you have like some cool villains there as well. I don't know, maybe there should be like a Hydra villain in the core box as well. Maybe like Madam Hydra. Um, yeah, I don't know. We could also do like Baron Zemo, but then like obviously Baron Zemo, I mean, he's like a villain already in the Agent of Shield, which is like pretty new, so probably not him. It could be like Mephisto. That would be cool as well. I don't know, guys. There's so many cool options. I just hope that it feels good. I think that the original core set, I I like. I think I like everyone in there. Um, yeah, I feel like the original core set just feels really good. I think the only one that I would think is like not my like kind of like, oh, why is he there, is like Claw. And like, I definitely understand why he's there, but I feel like I would prefer someone else for that second slot, like a more well-known character. Like I think Rhino is good for the first one, and I think the Ocean is really good for the last one. And I really like the five heroes, but yeah, I think I would preferred maybe their villain instead of Claw. Kingpin? I don't know. I just keep. I really want Kingpin in the game as well. I do want Doc Ock more, but I kind of want Doc Ock to be like a spider villain. Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys. Those are my thoughts there. Let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think? What are the five heroes that you want to see in the new core set? And what are the three villains that you want to see in new core set? If there is a new core set, I made a video speculating, if there will be one. Somewhere I put that for you guys to click on if you guys are interested in that. It's not confirmed that there will be a new core set, but if there is, guys, I mean, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to have the new core set? Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to respond to everybody. I'm very interested to hear what you guys got to say about this. But yeah, I mean, guys, let me know down in the comments. Is my box banger? I feel like what I just listed, that's really, really good. I feel like it's really good. All right, guys, I hope you guys liked this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.